Nike has a huge problem with organized crime at the moment. Millions of dollars of their merchandise is being stolen at every link of the supply chain. This number is up 67% in the past year alone. These robberies are targeted, they're sophisticated, they rely on a combination of insider information and just straight up temerity. In today's episode, I'm going to tell you why Nike sneakers have become such a hot target for organized crime. I'm going to take you guys through Nike's supply chain to show you where and how these valuable retail items get stolen. I'm also going to tell you what happens to these sneakers after they've been stolen and what's being done to prevent these thefts from happening. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Jordan Young, aka Sneakernomics, back with another certified hood classic. If you enjoy sneaker related content, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and if you like this video at any point, feel free to hit the like button for me. The sneaker market is huge. Jordan Brand are on track to do $6 billion in sales this year, and the sneaker resale market is enormous. It has skyrocketed in recent years. In fact, it's projected to become a $30 billion a year market by 2030. Suffice to say, the majority of the hot sneakers in the market are Nikes, limited edition, exclusive kicks, collaborations. And when it comes to identifying what shoes are gonna be hot and worth stealing, it's pretty easy stuff. See, the life cycle of a hype shoe starts with a rumor, maybe it's a retro of an old colorway, maybe it's a collaboration, and usually alongside this initial rumor comes a mock-up. These mock-ups are meant to stir a bit of excitement in the sneaker community and get people talking about the shoe. The next stage is where the rumors are confirmed, and then usually an early look of the shoes in question will surface online, leaked by someone designated by Nike. These images are often poor quality, then you get updated high quality images, on-feet shots, and eventually a release date. But each step in the sneaker hype cycle builds anticipation and ultimately contributes to the hype. And if there's no hype, there's no resale. All of this fervor is stirred up online through social media. You can actually even find dedicated social media accounts that make it their business to talk about what certain shoes are going to resell for once they eventually drop. And so it is not difficult at all for any of these criminal organizations to know exactly what sneakers they need to target. The first step in the supply chain is the production line. Most Nikes are manufactured in China or Vietnam, and at this stage of the process, it's not uncommon for sneakers to go missing off the production line. One of the stories is that a lot of times these sneakers that are pilfered from the assembly line are then taken or sold off to replica factories where they have a sneaker that they can work off. Next, the sneakers are loaded onto huge ships where they eventually arrive in the US at a number of various ports. These cargo containers are then loaded onto trucks, and then these trucks make their way to various warehouses, either owned by Nike or third parties. From there, the cargo then moves over to drop yards or distribution centers. Every time the inventory is stationary, it is susceptible to theft. One funny quote that I came across in my research was that the only time the sneakers are safe is when they are moving. As soon as they're sat at a warehouse or a drop yard or a distribution center, they are ripe for the picking. When it comes to stealing this inventory when it is stationed at any one of these places, thieves have resorted to a lot of collusion and a lot of planning. They target online software used by some of these companies, sometimes posing as drivers or shipping companies, armed with insider information like bill of lading details, cargo numbers. They're able to convince the company that they are there to pick up the cargo and take it to Memphis. And because a lot of these companies are interested in getting the cargo moving swiftly, there isn't much resistance. This type of scenario played out quite recently where a warehouse in LA was raided by police. Police discovered Nike merchandise valuing over $3 million. Sneaker thefts are also occurring at the retail level, the brick and mortar level. Store spotters are often watching these stores, anticipating the arrival of certain goods, and when the latest arrival of the hottest tech fleece or Nikes or Air Jordan arrives, these criminal gangs opt for smash and grab type tactics. Nike have been keeping pretty quiet on it, but one of the stories that I was able to find out about happened in Portland, Oregon, the home court of Nike. One of the major Nike stores in Portland were getting repeated robberies, and it actually prompted them to write to the mayor of Portland asking if they could actually pay for off-duty police officers or even pay for on-duty police officers to beef up security at the Nike retail spot. But this request was denied by the mayoral office because of a lack of staff. And the same thing can be said at numerous Nike retailers around the USA. The reason why they can't beef up security is there just isn't enough security. When these limited Nikes or Air Jordans are stolen, they are destined for the resale market. Sneaker resale market has exploded in recent years. It is incredibly lucrative. These sneakers on average are retailing for around $200, and some of them are reselling for up to $500+. Meaning if you stole them and got them for free, the margins are pretty solid. Not only are the margins really good, but they're also pretty easy to get rid of. In fact, you can actually sell these sneakers on the resale market instantaneously. Platforms like GOAT and StockX have a highest bidder, wherein someone has automatically paid for the shoes at a certain price. As a seller, all you need to do is to agree to that price and the shoes are as good as sold. These stolen goods aren't like other stolen goods like rare watches, where you're gonna have to shop around a little bit for a rich buyer. A lot of the people that want to buy these sneakers are kids, young people, other resellers, sneaker collectors, people that just want to have the cool shoes that their friends don't have, or people that might see the sneaker that you have as a potential investment hold for the future. It's a big market, and there are numerous resale platforms where you can put these stolen shoes onto and get a pretty quick cash out. StockX are one of the biggest online reseller platforms. A lot of stolen shoes end up on there for sale long before the actual release dates. You guys might remember the famous story last year around about this time where the Memphis drop yard was seized upon by thieves who broke into shipping containers and stole a whole bunch of the holiday release Air Jordan 11 Cherry. This shoe right here. Empty boxes and open packages could be seen strewn about the drop yard, and the uptick in sales on StockX prompted them to actually halt sales of this shoe and forced them into cooperating with law enforcement, citing sales of the shoe at that early point as a violation of terms of service. Retailers and businesses have called on the government to take action. And so late last year, lawmakers made a move. Congress passed a law requiring online retailers to keep track of transactions. They were told specifically to keep an eye on accounts that were selling over $5,000 worth of goods in any one calendar year, or to keep track of accounts that had any more than 200 transactions in a calendar year. This was instituted as a kind of deterrent so that people didn't feel like they could just sell all their stolen merchandise on these types of apps. And it also made a lot of people think about their sneaker resale business in terms of their standing with the IRS. And so Nikes are being stolen at every stage of the supply chain. They're being snaffled from the production line at the place of origin. Containers are being broken into at drop yards and distribution centers. Spotters are watching retail stores for the arrival of certain hot products. And then even the product that does eventually make it to the retail store is targeted by thieves in a smash and grab venture. Nike are finding it tricky to beef up security on site. The online legislation can only really do so much when it comes to online selling. And with the economic times that we're currently in, more people are attracted to the proposition of stealing these types of things, knowing that it's an easy sell. And with the dramatic increase in all of these thefts coming about in the past 12 months, it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. And it's hard to know exactly what can be done by Nike. I guess what it shows is that all the hype that has been created around sneakers over the past 5 or 10 years has brought with it a lot of success and a lot of sales for Nike, but it's also brought with it a lot of headaches at the same time. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Feel free to let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.